we're back here on a Monday, and we're going to be starting up today with something a little bit different than what we've been doing. So I have been playing Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon, and it has been a very, very fun game to play. Last time, I ended up getting to the end of, I guess you would call it Act 1, and unlocked a whole brand new wide area, and of course I have not played it again since. So my original thought was, all right, I can go give it a start, keep going, and start fresh with the whole area. But I think since I've played the entirety of the first area, I think it might be neat to just open up and do some of the fresh exploration on my own, because I didn't intend to do the entire game on stream anyway. So just do some exploration, find some extra stuff before I come back with streams with like an entire plate list of quests and stuff to do. So in order to give me some more time to actually do that, we're going to be starting up a game that shouldn't be too long, but it looks like it has other DLCs. It's called The Case of the Golden Idol, and it looks like a pretty interesting from art style from the way that it has it all this, and I really like it. So yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I have no idea what it actually is in it. All I know is that it is definitely in the puzzle genre, and the base game should only be like 1 or 2 streams. So we'll give it a shot and check it the fuck out. Play The Case of the Golden Idol or play The Case of the Golden Idol Redux. I don't know what that means. Hold up, cancel. What does that mean? What's the difference? The Case of the Golden Idol Redux. All owners of The Case of the Golden Idol receive a free update introducing improvements to the UI. Okay. So, sure. We'll do it. We'll do Case of the Golden Idol Redux. Okay, so apparently there's 3 of them here. We've got The Case of the Golden Idol, Golden Idol Mysteries: The Spider of Lanka, and Golden Idol Mysteries: The Lemurian Temple. All right. Okay, this actually is pretty good, because if I end up doing one case and then play more of the other game and then come back to these cases spread out intermittently, that could be really solid. Also, I do like how it looks like a 90s based computer game sitting over the side, like I'm about to fucking do some point and click of Sam and Max or something right now. And we're going to start with the basic of the Golden Idol. There are 3 chapters. Let's see what it's like. Oh yeah, let me just pop that up. Also, it's yelling at me for something else. Oh, it's saying I hate it when it tells me my microphone is muted. Like, I know it's muted. Like, I literally muted it on purpose during the beginning of the stream. Alright, is it going to capture or what? There it is. Okay. So, yeah, so this is going to be Case of the Golden Idol. We're going to be doing the first one. Apparently, it looks like it's in 3 chapters. We'll see how far we can go with it. But yeah, I'll probably interchange up The Fall of Avalon, Tainted Grail, with some of this as we go. Unless it's completely awful. Prologue: The Abrupt Termination of Contract. How to play. Study the environment to infer what has happened. Important information can be gathered from documents. Okay, for a second it had the A button, but now I guess it's just mouse. Okay, which is fine. Gather phrases from evidence and documents. Alvaron Geller. And then you use the phrases on people to get more, right? Assign gathered phrases to the correct slots in the thinking panels. Okay. Complete the scroll to finish the scenario. Albert blank pushed blank blank from a cliff in blank of blank on Monkey Paw Island. Okay. Tips. Take your time and study the environment carefully. Focus on the evidence before you. Even when facing great challenges, there is no need for guesswork. You can access hints if you get stuck. Okay, so is this just trying to tell me how it's going? Okay, so I assume this is the tutorial as you're figuring stuff out here. 2 bags filled with coins and gems. Tobacco pouch and pipe cleaner. A bag of medical instruments and some medicine. A golden statue with a red stone and a bag filled with coins and gems. I mean, that would be funny if that is in fact the answer. It's like, oh no, please don't fall. I tried to catch you. You knew what you were plotting, you snake. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Both parties agreed to these terms for the expedition to the Monkey Paw Island. Albert Cloudsley has rights to 2/3 of all valuables for funding the expedition. Oberon Geller has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any golden statues found for providing the map and expedition site. Oberon Geller, Albert Cloudsley. Dr. Oberon Geller, Esquire Albert Cloud. Okay. A pipe. A dagger. A bag of medical instruments and some medicine. Well, he is in fact a doctor. So there's also the tobacco pouch and pipe cleaner. And there's 3 bags of gems. So it's safe to say that, let's see, in this bag there are 2 gems, and this bag there is 1 with the idol. So this should be the doctor's bag. In fact, the doctor's bag, who has the medical supplies, has 1/3 of the treasure and any golden idols. However, there's a tobacco pouch in the other guy's, but he has the pipe. Odd, odd. Why would he have the pipe of his tobacco pouch? This clue has been added to the thinking panel. A scalpel. The scalpel, he has the doctor's scalpel for some reason. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Horn of the finger. Horn of thumb. Ruins of Xenopolis. And the Bay of Shadows. And that, I assume, is where they got their loot from. Both parties agree Albert Cloudsley has the right to 2/3 of all valuables in the expedition. Oberon Geller has 1/3. Yeah, okay, same thing as well. Wait. Oh, wait. Oberon Geller has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any golden statues found for providing the map to the expedition site. Alright, was that not in here as well? Isn't that where I read it? No, it's on him. Okay. Found for providing the map to... Okay. Of all valuables and any golden statues. All valuables... Anyway, it's the same thing. That's good. A medicine bottle. Okay, so... He is the one who is supposed to be giving the map to get 1/3. He, in fact, gave the map to this guy, who, assumably from their bags, has 2/3, and he has 1/3 and a golden idol. However, he's got a scalpel and some medicine, and he's got this guy's pipe. So this guy does also have his spyglass hanging out. Did it just want me to click that all? Also, this is January 5th, 1742. January 5th, 1742. Okay. They do in fact look the same. And he's got a dagger. So my assumption would be, if Fire's guess of this guy fell for some other reason and this guy's just there. Alright, looks like we have all of our words. Horn, thumb, Xenopolis Bay, finger, ruin, shadows. So the fact that there's a storm here means... Are we at the ruins or are we at the horn of the thumb? Blank blank pushed blank blank from a cliff in the blank of blank on Monkey's Paw Island. The identities are not filled in. Alright. This guy is... What was the name? Oberon Geller. Oberon Geller. And that should be Albert Cloudsley. They are not filled in correctly. Alright. Is it Geller Oberon and Cloudsley Albert? Okay, so I actually was wrong. Okay, so they each have... Alright, so that is then instead... Okay, so he is the doctor then. Okay, so this is the doctor who supplied the map. He still has the map on him, which means he didn't actually supply it. That's also why he has the scalpel and the medicine. But the medicine pouch is in this bag over here. So this would be the guy who's falling off the cliff's bag. And this is not. That would explain why he does, in fact, have the pipe. Okay. So he was supposed to give the map to this guy. They already have the treasure. So my assumption is that the doctor never handed over the map. So he wasn't entitled to his third and the idol. Okay, there are empty slots. So are we in the ruins of Xenopolis? We are not in the ruins of Xenopolis. Okay. Okay, we are, like I guessed originally, we are at the Horn of the Thumb. Okay. So we are all the way over here. That's why there's islands pushing off the side. They're also looking with a spyglass. So they were looking here. However, is the treasure not near the ruins of Xenopolis? So they weren't even looking at the proper area. So if we were just doing this, it would be Albert Cloudsley pushed Oberon Geller from a cliff in the what was it called again? In the Horn of Thumb. While Dr. Oberon Geller was surveying the poor weather with his looking glass, his expedition partner Albert Cloudsley Esquire suddenly pushed him off the cliff. Okay. Chapter 1, Complications in the Family. Chapter 1, Complications in the Family. The untimely passing of a rural gentleman. So, the way this game seems to work is that you're not supposed to figure out special scenarios, and you're just supposed to put together the clues, and eventually you'll get it right. I wonder if they will actually, because this one was easy because you could just keep putting in the names until you got it right, and then you could fill out the rest of it. I wonder if there's a point where it won't tell you if the names or words you put in are correct until you get it all correct. Because if it does tell you at certain points what you got correct, it'll be much easier to figure out the actual thing itself. Okay. Blank blank, Lord of blank, the dance, passed away in his bed. The cause of death was blank blank, which occurred when he fell from a blank while he was blank. Okay, so he definitely fell from his horse. Or he could have been in his boat and fell. That also works too. There is a golden idol. A yacht is slowly floating in the river. A horse is running in the yard. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. There is a very messy looking artist's smock, or I assume that's a sailor outfit. I assume this is a sailor's outfit, but am unsure. Spontaneous combustion. I, Sebastian Cloudsley, will share my humble contribution to the science of anatomy and chemistry. August 22nd, 1786. Woke up a beautiful day. Washed and dressed in my dining attire. Okay, so that's what he's wearing, his dining attire. Had a beautiful roast duck for lunch. Changed into my hunting attire. Rode to hunt badgers. Had no luck today and returned home. Changed into my researching attire. Changed into my dining attire. Had a tasty beef loin for supper. Filled in my diary and went to bed to continue reading for research. So this is, we need to figure out what attire that is. Okay, back. Woodshire, Crow Tower, Blackfield. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. Okay, so this is showing you what his dining attire looks like. It does have the cuffs and the frills. So this is dining attire. That I can pretty much guarantee, considering it's a picture of him fucking eating. August 23rd. August 22nd. Okay, so this is the day before today. Blank blank, Lord of blank, passed away in his bed. Cause of death was blank blank, which occurred when he fell from a blank while he was blank. So, assumably this was yesterday, is when they fell. A tall, rickety ladder. Did he fall right here? Henry Clover, lead poisoning. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. The man is not breathing. His head is badly wounded. A ring with a ruby. I do not see a ring on this guy's hand unless it's next to what he's eating. And I don't think that's what that is. So if there is a picture hanging here. Okay, so this book is like half hanging out. So was he going up to get the book of lead poisoning and then fell? But there's a blood pattern going all the way to his bed. So he must have walked all the way over here before he going in there. He didn't walk up. Unless he walked up while bleeding to get it and then fell and hurt his head. Okay, let's start putting things together. Here we go. So, hunting and researching. So, if I say that this is his research attire and this is his hunting. Yes, okay. I assumed it's research because it has tools that look like they would be for research. Identities are not filled in. Okay. Well, I mean, so it's Sebastian Cloudsley. It's the only person that is part of the mystery. So, Sebastian Cloudsley, Lord of Blackfield, Crow Tower, Woodshire? Woodshire. Passed away in his bed. The cause of death was a head wound, which occurred when he fell from a horse while he was hunting. There we go. Oh, 2 or fewer slots are... Oh, okay. 2 or fewer slots or incorrect. Am I just wrong with... Okay, I was just wrong with where he's from. Okay. The scroll has been fulfilled. No hints accessed. While the Lord of Blackfield was hunting, his horse threw him off and he suffered a deadly wound to the head. Okay, that was kind of exactly what I assumed from the very beginning. Hey, look, it's Ozzy. He's here. Sebastian Cloudsley. Oh, that's just the... Okay. That's just in passing. Complications in the family. The dramatic departure of an outsider. Okay, so someone is on fire. And Ozzy Osbourne is watching from a distance. Okay. Spare me, devil. I was simply following orders. The clue has been added to the thinking panel. Astonishing Monkey Man. Property of the Pear Brothers. A knife with an A in it. Okay. Oh, did I click? No, okay. Pear was the only one. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. A man who's on fire. A scorched horse brush. And a scorched knife. This seems to have a J in it. So this guy's name is probably something with A. This guy's name is probably something with a J. That looks like a sword on the ground, I think. What the blazes? This clue's been added to the thinking panel. August Jockey Club Derby. Race 3. Winner was Raging Sultan. Place, assumably the first place. Show, who knows? Well, thank you for subbing, Sir Bobby Bob. Thank you for the subscription, even if it is just to dodge the ads. Ads do suck, by the way. They do. Wager, 35 pounds. Alright, so this guy bet on Raging Sultan winning the third race. Hey, look, someone's got a golden idol. Now, if it's all the same to you, I want to take my leave. 1 pound, 2 shillings, and 2 pence. To perform the combustion trick, you must first cast a freezing spell. Spontaneous combustion. The sacred glyph for combustion on the idol is this. A ring with a ruby. So that ring with the ruby was the guy who died in the last one. Something already is spontaneously combusting fire. Don't you see him in the corner? Okay, so this is the ring from the guy who died in the first one, and same with the golden idol. That is the... So, assumably, this is what was used to light someone on fire, assumably. They pulled a switch on the back of the idol. The runes are in the order in which they are supposed to be, and lit them on fire. This guy only has 1 pound, 2 shilling, and 2 pence. And this winnings here would have been for 35 pounds. So... Oh, he's also got the idol right there, lighting somebody on fire, assumably. Ash Blair Finest Tobacco. Astonishing Monkey Property of the Pear Brothers. Prepare the carriage for tomorrow. We are to visit my nephew. EC. 2 shillings and a penny. A saddlebag. A dagger. Stable rota for Adam and James. So this is Adam, and the guy on fire is James. Horse grooming, James, and then it's Adam. Do it properly, lazy oafs. However, stable cleaning is the opposite. Tobacco pouch labeled Ash Blair Finest Tobacco. Okay. There is Trogdor, the Burninator, on the statue there. Just above the door. What unexpected to an event. An embroidered handkerchief. EC. Didn't I see those before? Yeah, EC. Okay. So this saddlebag is this guy's. He's got 3 pounds and 3 shillings. Dear Edmund, it has reached my attention that you are seeking a capable new servant. I have just the man for you. David Gorin is an experienced coachman with a diverse set of talents that I am sure you will find very useful. If you are displeased with his services, do not hesitate to let me know. Yours, Theo. Stiletto Blade. And London Gazetteer, Monday, September 7th, 1986. Lord Edmund Cloudesley speech stirs Parliament. Edmund okay. EC Edmund Cloudesley. So he is Edmund Cloudesley. Edmund Cloudesley. And he is assumably Adam Pear, and that's James Pear. Maybe. Who did the... David Gorin. That's David Gorin. Almost saying you will take my leave. Combustion Idol. August Jockey Club. That's just the name of the horse. That's not like his name or anything. Okay, so I don't think I have it all yet anyway. Fat Lord. The pair. Okay, yep. They are the Pear twins. A and J is the Pear twins. Graffiti with the words Fat Lord and Pear twins. Batley. Okay, so that symbol we saw at the entrance of this place is the Batley crest. Cloudesley Hubert. So this is the Batley residence. My apologies. He can be so but here sometimes. 6 strings of various stones. 4 pounds. Samuel Bast. Simsana Batisi. A fan with EC. So the fact that it has the same initials means this is probably his wife. And she's got a guitar. So she's a Cloudesley. Nicholas Maker, attorney. I would not have accepted one of your family to treat a legal document in such a way. I'm appalled. 2 shillings, 3 pence. A ring with a ruby. Willard Wright, Rose Cubert, Sebastian Cloudesley, Peter Batley, all present. Reading of the will of last testament of Sebastian Cloudesley. Albert Cloudesley was married to Mary Cloudesley. This says Beatrix Batley and Peter Batley, but that's not... Because didn't I say that this guy was Edmund Cloudesley? Because he has EC over everything? And he's telling me that that's his... That could very much be wrong, though. Aphorisms by Sebastian Cloudesley. How to be happy. Eat a hearty meal every day to do not waste your time on trivialities. How to avoid being upset. Strive for that which holds meaning, and do not shrink from responsibility. How to be inspired. Take a walk in your forest and breathe the fresh air. How to avoid being scared. Feeling scared is a weakness. Be strong instead. Dear Willard Wright. Dear Rose Kubert. We met so rarely after you left for the colonies. Therefore, I bequeath to you my savings, land, and the Blackfield Manor house. Come home and establish a museum of my life and accomplishments. I, Sebastian Cloudsley of Blackfield County, being in bodily health and sound mind, and disposing mind and memory, nominate to appoint Nicholas Maker as executor of my last will and testament. Dear Brother Edmund. So is this... Nicholas Maker? Now, so they have the EC, but this is Sebastian Cloudsley. So just because he has this, I thought this would be what, Edmund Cloudsley? Edmund Cloudsley. Because she has this too, but that I don't think she's a Cloudsley. Because there's a Beatrix Batley. Oh wait, no, it's just Rose Kubert, I guess. Okay. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use than mere policies. Therefore, I bequeath to you the notes from the research I have undertaken on astronomy. I grant you leave to finish and publish under both our names. I bequeath to you the golden idol of Xenopolis. You will know what to do with it. My late sister, your mother disclosed your financial troubles to me long ago, and I resolved to help you. I bequeath to you a compilation of my amorphisms to provide a direction in your life which you so clearly lack. Okay, so she's having money troubles. And he ended up giving her fucking... And instead of helping her with her financial troubles, he gives her a fucking thing that tells her how to do better in her life. So she's being fucking shafted here. And she's married. No, she is just married. She's not married to Edmund Cloudsley. They're brother and sister. These are all brother and sister that Albert and Mary had. Or are they... Oh no, Rose Kubert married Edmund Cloudsley. Okay. Yeah, they are married. They are married. Sebastian Cloudsley married Beatrix Batley, and Edmund Cloudsley married Rose Kubert. And the guy who died granted him the idol to know what to do with it, but he's burning one of the stable hands for some reason. August Jockey Club Derby. Race 6. He bet £50 on Spinning Jenny winning race 6. Dear Peter Batley, he have sent you frequent reminders concerning your settlement of your debt, and yet, to date, the debt remains unpaid. We humbly request that you make your payments as soon as possible, or we will be forced to take the matter into our own hands. The debt currently stands at £255, Blackguard and Buck loans. Okay. So who are the other two that we haven't? Blackguard and Buck loans. Okay. I think I see what happened. This guy is using the golden idol. I think he was trying to burn him, but accidentally landed on one of the stable hands. We meet so rarely after you left for the colonies. Therefore, I bequeath you my savings, land, and Blackfield Manor House. Come home and establish a museum of my life and accomplishments. Okay, to my sister. To my late sister, your mother disclosed your financial... Okay. So this is addressed to... No. That's addressed to Rose Kubert. I bequeath you the golden idol of Xenopolis. You will know what to do with it. Astronomy. Better use than mere politics. Well, he was giving the speech. So, that's Edmund Cloudsley. We so rarely met after you left for the colonies. Four inheritors, all present. So, Peter Batley? I bequeath you the golden idol of Xenopolis. You will know what to do with it. Willard Wright? Hey, I nailed it. Okay. So that is, in fact, Willard Wright. Okay. One of these is wrong. I guess this might not be Peter Batley. I feel like these are all right. Okay, well, I don't know who... So he didn't give it to Peter Batley. Maybe Nicholas Maker? No, okay. If that's Willard Wright, he was given the idol, and he's burning someone alive with it. I assume he tried to kill Peter Batley, and not James Pear. Edmund... Not you. She's got the EC. Edmund Cloudsley. So she's... Would she be having... Unless that's Beatrix Batley is who that's supposed to be for. Wait, but her name's not even here. I see the Batley, but I don't see the Beatrix. So Batley is there just for Peter. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm missing. Because I have all these identities right, but who was given what I'm off on. I'm pretty sure Willard Wright, since he's the one who's lighting someone on fire with the thing, knows what he's doing. But Peter Batley owes money. I guess it says, my late sister, your mother. So that's not Rose Kubert. That's Peter Batley. So which means this is the wrong one. We surrendered after you left for the colonies. Therefore, I bequeath you my savings land and the Blackfield Manor House. So that is going to be... Yes, okay. So he gave... He gave money to the wife of the politician. He left all of his money to her. Meanwhile, Peter Batley, who was in lots of debt, he just gave him a fucking... a couple of words that said, Lamau, do better. He gave him some inspirational posters and said, yeah, get out of debt, bitch. Okay. So blank blank was blank to receive blank and blank blank. Wills and ordered blank blank and blank blank. Take the blank from... Okay. And ordered... What were their last names? Adam and James Pear. Adam Pear and James Pear. To take the blank. Suddenly blank blank died from... Suddenly... James Pear died from spontaneous combustion. Was upset Peter Batley. Peter. Where'd it go? There it is. Was upset to receive aphorisms in Albert Cloudsley's. In... What? The name's not here? Sebastian Cloudsley. I don't know why I was thinking a different one. Anyway. Sebastian Cloudsley's will and ordered Adam Pear and James Pear take the house? No. And take the idol. There you go. The idol from Willard Wright. There we go. Peter Bentley, encumbered by his gambling debts, had placed high hopes in his uncle's testament. Upon discovering he had inherited nothing but a book of aphorisms, he tore up the will and ordered his servants to take the golden statue from the stranger Willard. Suddenly, one of the servants burst into flames. Chapter 2. The Cursed Inheritance. The Murder at the Little Mermaid. Why did that bugger move? Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? An old rusty half of shears. A piece of stale bread. You can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place down at the docks. Alright, so the old guy out, the guy in rags out back is being told to hide. A trapdoor in the ceiling. An empty bed, not warm. A picture of a flower. Or a plate, a decorative plate with a flower in it. The door does not open. The door does not open. A trapdoor in the ceiling. Revenge. Reading Railroad. Revenge. RR is written in the... Oh, okay. So George R.R. Martin just wasn't writing Winds of Winter fast enough, so they killed him. Ah, okay. I see. Honestly, I think they should get away with that one. That is a dandelion plate. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. There is a dead man with 3 stab wounds in his gut. The man is not breathing. A walking cane. And the good old ring with a ruby, which is going around everywhere. Yeah, apparently, yeah, he's dead right here, see? Revenge, RR. Rip forever. They were really mad that he never finished the book. To my dear Maurice, the watch is ticking. So, I guess what they're saying is that this isn't broken. This is just how they're showing the time. Yeah, George R.R. Martin died. Damn, same day that Jackie Chan died too. R.I.P. Jackie Chan. Oh, okay, that was a Maurice. Okay, music box. An empty music box. A washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water. Dear proud beast master, I have added our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. I shall send this letter tomorrow, September the 10th. I hope it will reach you without delay. Already it is midnight. I will retire to bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffin awaken, proud beast initiate. Alarm, alarm, a break-in. Watchman number 2, Henry Parker. Watchman's lantern. A watchman's alarm rattle. Watchman's spear. Shards of glass lie in the mud. And then that's happening upstairs. Meanwhile, downstairs. That's Hell of a Mermaid. and the narwhal. Tell me, what does that man have that I lack? A hand of cards, 7 pence, a key, and a small sword. Be calm, John. He was a perfect gentleman. He brought me a drink and then retired upstairs. A hand of cards, 2 shillings 4 pence, a key. To Annie, you are beautiful like a rose. For you I shall take any blows. Annie, you are like a glass of wine. Your hair is very fine. I will find gold in a minute. I will find gold in a mine, if that makes you forever mine. Your piglet full of love. That is a terrible poem. A stiletto blade. The clue has been added to the pal. AG4240 WW 26410 ME -6 -8 -8 -10. Okay, so it's a bunch of initials with some numbers after it. Just deal the next one. It's all luck anyway. Remember, you as an agent of our trading company have to reflect its values to the fullest. 1. Never be late. Our client leaves the port on the 10th. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. Most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless. A hand of cards. A key. 3 shillings 2 pence. And a dagger. Oh, mother, forgive me. I will never gamble with something so dear to me again. A Navaja folding blade, a violin, and a key. At the Little Mermaid Inn, Amazing Evans musical performance. On September 9th, event shall commence circa 11 p.m. Okay, so that's this guy. So this guy is Evans. Don't know what that is. However, he is playing on the 9th. So the thing this guy was supposed to get is on the 10th. So this guy is supposed to get something tomorrow. He's supposed to get a product tomorrow. Wanted. Robert Redruth, escaped convict. Reward £58. My assumption is that this is Robert Redruth. And that's why he's hiding up in that cave. Tab. Someone's name is crossed out. Green. 4 glasses of wine. Beerage. 3 glasses of wine. And Blair. 1 glass of wine. Now, are these people these 3 here? So, what does he have that he lacks? So, it's hard to tell, but he's John. He's John. She's Annie. What is his name now? Blair would be the last name. I don't know whose last name would be what. Although I guess he has one in his hand.
And there's a glass there for each of them. So he's at least on his second? Dandelion Room, Willard Wright, Forget Me Not Room, Ash Blair. Okay. So this dude is probably Ash Blair. Ash Blair. The dead guy is Willard Wright, because he's in the Dandelion Room, and Ash Blair is in this room over here, and Ash Blair is over here. Okay. Which, knowing that he is Blair, that means I'm going to assume that's Green and that's Bridge. So, John... Oh, they're not... There you go. John Green. And Annie Bridge. That could just be wrong. And this is Amazing Evan's musical performance. Still don't know what his last name is. Unless he's one of the ones that's on the... I don't think so. He doesn't have a drink. Where did that blasted boy go? I really need a piss. Dear Oscar Boyton. So that's Oscar Boyton. It has come to our attention that the good owner of the Little Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I will come by in 3 days. If you still have some spare space in your gin barrels and are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me. Large kitchen knife, a partially peeled lemon, and a ring of various keys. The door to the street is shut with a latch. Okay, I guess this is just asking for their names. So that's Willard Wright. No, it's Anne Green. Okay. Anne Green. And John Bridge. Because we've got JB, so that's John Bridge. Wherever the hell it went. There it is. And that's Annie Green. And then OB was Oscar Boyton. Oh, no, that's Oscar Boyton. AG. So that's also Anne Green. So Anne Green has been here the entire time. She has been playing cards the entire time. Willard Wright only played the first time. And John Bridge has been here the 2 times after. Oscar Boyton, the head of the thing, played once. And then AB. And that's when Ash Blair finally sat down. So the first time, ME. ME. Was there guys whose name was ME? I mean, I guess that could be Evans. So I guess it's Maurice Evans. Okay, that is correct. So it is Maurice Evans, who is the guy who's playing the music. So Ash Blair didn't show up until the third hand. Anne Green was here literally the entire time, so it can't be her. Willard Wright played the first game, then left, and then John Breedage has been here the whole time. So it can't be John. Unless John killed him and then sat down in between a hand, but I want to assume that's not what this means. Oscar Boynton, the owner of the inn, couldn't have done it because he played a hand and now he's at the desk. The assumption is that Willard Wright died in this hand because currently they're playing this hand. And Maurice Evans can't be doing it because he's playing the music, assumably since this first hand. But Ash Blair wasn't here until just now, so Ash Blair could be the killer, especially since he has the thing telling him to collect something. I did Robert Redruth. Whose name haven't I used? Oh, wait. Henry Parker. That's where it was. Yeah, okay. Henry Parker. Oh, 2 or fewer are wrong. Is it supposed to be... Oh, okay. I just had them in the wrong order. We're good to go. Okay. It's a mystery game. It's a puzzle game. It's not an RPG of any kind. There are no stats. There's only puzzling it out. Okay, so now we know who all the players are. My assumption is that it's Ash Blair who did the killing. Okay. Ash Blair got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor while Willard Wright and Anne Green and Maurice Evans were playing cards with loud music. Wait. With loud music. No, because Maurice Evans was playing. So that's not Maurice Evans, that's Oscar Boynton. A fight ensued upstairs, and Willard Wright got stabbed with a dagger. Okay, something's wrong. Ash Blair got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor, while Willard Wright, Anne Green, and Oscar Boynton were playing cards with loud music. A fight ensued upstairs, and Willard Wright got stabbed with a dagger. Unless this is supposed to be Robert Redruth. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's Willard Wright. Okay. So because if I get one of these wrong, it says that more than 2 are wrong. So right now, there's only 1 or 2 that are wrong. Unless it's John Breedage. Yeah, John Breedage. That's what it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, Willard Wright was upstairs. Sorry, Willard Wright was downstairs playing cards. What's his name? John Breage, where the hell his name is, went upstairs to take the thing from his room. Willard Wright finished playing his hand of cards, didn't continue playing, went upstairs, found him sneaking around, and got killed. Okay. A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important. But when he opened the music box, it woke Willard up and a fight ensued. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. That's why RR is written on the blood, just trying to say, oh, it was him. Good morning. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. Aye, a deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off. Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while. And it looks like he has that fucking ruby ring. Chapter 2. The Cursed Inheritance. The Intoxicating Dinner Party. Yep, it's just puzzles, Sir Bobby Bob. Okay. They sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab some Ash Blair tobacco and bottle of gin. I will pay you when I am back. David. So, assumably this is Little Pip. An overcoat and a hat. An overcoat and a hat. A box of cigars. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to dinner on April 8 at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. So Edmund Cloudsley was the politician that we saw in this one where the guy was lit on fire, spontaneous combustion like. Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. March 5th. 8th. Okay, so this is before the dinner party. Also, this guy has a cigar case. And it looks like Little Pip stole a cigar. A syringe with some liquid left in it has been hidden in the statue.
Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not need such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied, and that Brian served everything as instructed.
A simple small key, and something that's not a simple key. Looks like a lever, like something you'd pull. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Mr. Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare him some alternative side dish. I didn't grab Brian, okay. Brian, look out. Mrs. Smith, 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You're responsible for Little Pip doing all his errands. Mr. Walker, I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker, I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day. Twice on the days I have visitors. NB. David Gorman's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this. EC. So, I'm going to assume that she's Smith. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. An ornamental engraved with the words to Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. That is a locked cabinet with full of sealed bottles with red liquid labeled wine. A full and sealed bottle of amber liquid labeled brandy. Three loaves of bread, some lemons, a basket of potatoes, sacks of flour, a pair of opaque bottles labeled water, cut vegetables, and a big piece of meat. Of course, I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you are itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Okay, so Lucia Smith. Dear Ada, I have used this letter to share good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations of you and will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. Alright, so she is Ada. And I'm going to assume it's Mrs. Baker. So Ada Baker. The door to the outside is not locked. But these two, assuming from having locks on them, are locked. And somebody was living up in the pantry. Monkey Man 1 and Striped Dark versus Striped Dark Hand. This is a dude in a lion suit or tiger suit. Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth. A hammer. A small bottle filled with amber liquid. A couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. And another metal bit. Alright, the fact that it's an amber liquid makes me think that it would be hidden in brandy. Because it literally says amber liquid. A full and... It does say sealed bottle, though. Full and sealed bottles. But I think the clue is probably that it's amber liquid. The door is locked. A stack of candles. April 7th. Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day spent mostly in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all the years I have loyally worked here. It's a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. However, so this is the day before the puzzle. The day before this day, which I'm assuming is a murder, whoever was in this room was going to ask for a raise. My guess is maybe they were denied and they killed him for it. Hortius, the wise slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. £1, 2 shillings, and an ink pot. A sealed pot labeled print paint. Down with parasites. Too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Okay, so this is saying that whoever this is, that is obviously a noble person on the back of a normal person. And they're calling them a parasite. So whoever is here is definitely against the owner of this mansion, probably. Also a reason why they're asking for more money. The door is locked. A set of lockpicks. Ash Blair finest tobacco. A pistol. A dagger. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. EC. And these are... looks to be some more of these tools that are up here that he has wrapped in a blanket. Also, one of these people had this, which looks a lot like one of those tools, but not. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. A pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty. $4 and a penny. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. Yeah. And Mademoiselle, the laceless count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania. A knife. Okay, so the door is locked. So this is the book. She's saying, hey, are you going to sneak into the master's room for that book again? However, she's saying, thank you, dear, no, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. Well, apparently somebody's picked it up. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Of course, I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. So this is Lucia's room. So she assumably is the longest working person here, since she is at the bottom room. So this is Lucia's room. What was it? It was like Lucia Smith. No, not there. Assumably that's Lucia Smith's room. So the person in this room is David. Would that be David Walker? Maybe. Also locked, and whoever climbed up here, but all these rooms are just locked. However, if she is saying I assume you're itching to continue reading the scandalous... No, okay. So she threw it out, and whoever is in this room picked it back up. Raul Cthulhu, Star Child. Remember to take the fourth one from every row. A stack of candles, an ink pot, and 3 shillings and 2 pence. Okay. However, something from the roof is holding these things here. I don't know what they're supposed to be. Platinello, Ideal Republic, Visions of a Utopia with Order and Structure. Dr. Abram Anderson, Secret Codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this simple example. Money has changed hands. Money as denominator of value has evolved and changed a lot. Still in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. 2 sealed bottles of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. A sealed bottle labeled opium. The golden idol and a bag in the safe. Well, Edmund, you seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends, and I will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Okay, so this is France during the French Revolution. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final Vanguard. Edmund Cloudsley. Once more you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. Brotherhood of Masks. Dear Uncle, I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall quote her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It is a small change for you, and I am desperately in need of it at present. Yours truly, Peter Batley. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's Manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Sincerely, Rose Kubert. Okay, so this office here is Rose Kubert's place. This is Rose Kubert's place. Rose Kubert has the upset stomach. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. You send him to colonies where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you are having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventure in the colonies, so we can ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Kubert. Miss Baker, starting date, 1787, August 1st. Position, housemaid, yearly wage, £9. Okay. Oh my lord, this has nothing to do with me. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I will slip you a shilling. Peter. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better. 1 shilling. A heart-shaped key. Another one of those blue keys. And a small simple key. So besmirched lover, star child, the wise slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. Would this be the tale? Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale of the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better? Maybe it's his room then? At the bottom? An opaque bottle labeled water. a roast, a salad bowl, a half-full carafe of amber liquid labeled brandy, a half-full bottle of red liquid labeled wine, a almost full carafe of yellow liquid containing lemons, and a half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. So, in here, we saw there's a small bottle filled with amber liquid. Assumably, that is supposed to go into the brandy, because it would disguise it with the proper color. However, what's her name isn't supposed to drink alcohol, so maybe that was in peptic tonic. That's half empty of cloudy liquid. So this says the peptic tonic is a cloudy liquid. In here it's 2 still bottles of, oh no, it still says cloudy liquid. Okay. You killed my aunt, you devil. I should execute you on the spot. A pack of cards, 2 pounds, and a fork. So this guy over here is that's Peter again. Peter Batley. I don't know why I couldn't remember his fucking last name. That's Peter Batley. This, assumably, is the servant. Mr. Walker. David Walker. This clue here has been added to the thinking panel. A fan, 4 pounds, and all her rings. The lady is not breathing, and her face is blotched. Okay, that's... It was like, what, Mary Kubert, right? Rose Kubert, okay. That is... Rose Kubert. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. 4 pounds, 4 shillings. It's poison. Nobody touching a thing and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away. That's Edmund Kubert. Or Edmund, whatever the fuck his name is. Edmund Cloudsley. He also has a heart-shaped key and the blue key. Which the blue key is for her safes of tonics and has the opium in it. And the gold key is here for the alcohol, the heart-shaped key. And that's the brown one. So she's got a brown key for the pantry. What's the stone key? This is horrible. An embroidered handkerchief. I can't see what it's embroidered as, so unsure. Okay. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Full glass of cloudy liquid, untouched. A partially empty glass of clear liquid. And a salad, untouched. So the only thing that was drank from was the water. So assumably it would have been in here. A partially empty glass of yellow liquid. And a partially eaten salad. A partially eaten piece of roast. A partially empty glass of red liquid. And a partially empty glass of amber liquid. Rose. A partially empty glass of cloudy tonic. Partially eaten piece of roast. Along with green salad. Red liquid. Green salad. And a partially smoked cigar. That's right, there's also a syringe hidden up here. So, my assumption would be that Rose Kubert is over here at the table where she would have drank. Okay, this one has a lot of moving parts to it. So assumably that's where Rose Kubert is, because she was supposed to drink it, but somebody else had it as well and didn't drink it. Huh. This one has a lot. Okay, who were the other people supposed to be? Who's coming over for dinner? Here, Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to the colonies where his violent nature makes him our home. Now, here we're having Lady Mary and her father Lothar. Okay, so that's... That's Lothar. Am I just blinding on Mary? There it is, Mary. But what is their last names? George Bridges. Miss Richards. Okay. I enjoyed your company tremendously. All right, Richards. Two or fewer are incorrect. Okay, so one person's thing is wrong. Maybe Mary and Lothar have different last names. Here is something for your diary from me. So her last name is Richards, but what's his fucking last name then? Uh, missing one last name, and I'm not sure. Hey, if Lady Mary and her well-to-do father Lothar, if Peter and I were to join you, and what's his name? One of the court, Mary. I hear you were introduced to Lady Richards. I think your dear uncle. I think you're too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please send me money. Yeah. I just wish I knew what his last name was. Remember to take the fourth one from every row. Oh, the fourth one from every row. That's talking about this. Pleased away in those. No. Have the us of justice. Repentance. Our no. Come bastard. Pay with? No. Interested to me you? No. Remember to take the fourth one from every of every row. Okay. Four. No, not that. Ordinary preparation. Time. No. Unless it means fourth letter from every row. I'm still stuck on what his last name is. I'm still unsure what his last name is. Your father. How the hell do I figure out his name? The idea of prohibition is utopia with order. That doesn't go any deeper. That's still just there. What one am I supposed to take of every fourth row? Also, I still don't... have where each of these people are. 'Cause when would little Pip have been here? And this is who is hiding above the kitchen as well. I assume who's hiding above the kitchen is Peter Batley. Yeah, what the fuck is Lothar's last name? Cloudsley? No. Stewart? No. Vanguard? No. Bridges? No. Monkey Man. Dark Hand. Corin? What the hell is his last name? I swear that's the only one that's wrong. And I guess it should be Richards, but it's not Richards. So it's either someone else is wrong as well. But it's 2 or fewer. So there's not that much that are off. And when I play around with his name, what's his last fucking name? It's either that or there's just something else that's slightly off. So if I took this, would this be Ada Baker and little Okay, that's not Little Pip. So is this David Walker? And that's Lucia Smith? Should be there. No, that's still wrong. Because is that Peter Batley who's living up there then? I assumed because Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth, and Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Dark Hand. Over here, Peter Batley made a drawing that looks like Striped Dark Hand. And he said, I'd fight a tiger for you. So my assumption is that he's the one who's been hiding because he's also the broke one, which is why he's living up here. Let's see. Lucia Smith. Ada Baker. Now that's definitely wrong. Because this has Finest Tobacco with guns and a dagger, and this is David. Clean up the barn until Wednesday. Yeah, so this is definitely David's room. That's definitely David's room. Mrs. Baker, starting date 1787. Ada Baker? Because unless we have everybody else's starting dates, then what does that matter? Remember to take the fourth one from every row. Stack of candles. Unless it's wrong, because this has the tales of the wise slave, and in his pocket frustrated about Anna. Lord who married his donkey, and you will feel better. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I will slip you a shilling, Peter. I might have to actually click on a hint, because I think I'm missing some stuff here. And I'm not sure. Blank blank wanted blank blank dead. Therefore, blank blank poisoned the blank and hid the necessary key in a blank. At the dinner party, blank blank ingested the poison and died. Still something here. I don't know which one I got wrong here. I just don't know which one I have wrong here at all. And I think it might be just a last name that's off. Because everything else here should be correct. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Wait, Brian? Who the fuck is Brian? Unless I got the name wrong and it's Brian Walker? Ah, that's what's wrong. His name is Brian Walker. Okay. Their last names are in fact the same because they're father and daughter. So it's Brian Walker. So that might be what I'm getting wrong here. It's Brian Walker. So I've been wrong with the names. But this says, David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. EC. That's Cloudsley. But there is no David here. So somebody named David is in this room. So this is probably Brian Walker. That's David something. So Lucius Smith, which means that that is Ada Baker. No, there's still a bunch wrong, besides just that last name. So what if it's Lucius Smith and Ada Baker? No, there's still too much wrong. It's not telling me I'm only 1 or 2 off. The servants are off. I just don't know who the fuck this David is. It's no one from here. Oh, wait. David Gorin's job requires that he may arrive or leave during the night. No complaining about this. David Gorin. Unless David is up here. But I don't think so. Shit. Okay, well at least I have the names down. But David Gorin is the guy that who isn't here. He's just not here, which is why they got there as well. This is definitely gonna be Peter Batley. All right, let's swap these again. Lucius Smith. And Ada, okay. With that means there's only 2 slots that are wrong. So Ada Baker, Lucius Smith are in the correct areas. David Gorin is also there. He has a letter addressed to him. Brian Walker must be there. So the person I have wrong is who's living here. This must be the only thing wrong because I have their names now correct. So this must be the only one that's wrong. Because all their names are correct. And if more than one was off, it would tell me. So if Peter Batley isn't the one who's up here, then who's living up here? Little Pip's living in there. Okay. Oh, because he's a kid, he's reading the kid books. Monkey Man and Monkey Man 2. Okay. But he's also stealing whatever this is, assumably a kind of a key. He's also got a bottle of amber liquid, and he's paying attention to the time. And this is an actual key to something. Okay. So Little Pip might be the one who's doing the murders. Because he also has a cigar that he stole. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I'm back, David. So this is David's room. He has lockpicks, gun, dagger. There's no gin there, though. And Little Pip sure doesn't have that yet either. Okay, so I now have all of their names. I have the servant sleeping quarters. So he was going to be asking for a raise. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. Now, where the fuck are they sitting? Okay. Ensure the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner and I will slip you a shilling. Peter. So he wanted her to sit next to him because he wanted to try to court her. Mostly because he's probably fucking broke. This here is a partially smoked cigar. He is the one. I think you had the cigar? Unless there's what, 5 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's all of them. So it's not like David Gorin is in there somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so where the hell are they sitting? Because that's got the brandy, the wine, and the meat. That's got the wine, the lettuce, and a cigar. Now we do have a hint over here that says... Who had it? She has it. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready for noon. Prepare for space. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat. Therefore, prepare her for some alternative dish. So, Mary Richards is at one of these plates that has lettuce on it. I'm assuming she's not at the cigar one. So she's probably over here. So she's either drinking the tonic and water or the piss. It's lemon, but I'm going to say it's piss. So I'm going to assume... Because Rose Cuthbert also should probably be sitting here, because she's trying not to upset her stomach. So her having water, her tonic, and lettuce. But she's also the one who's poisoned. But the only thing drinking here was water. So I don't think it was her. If the only thing drink was water. So Rose must have been poisoned on the poison tonic. She's the only one to drink from it, but then she shouldn't also be having alcohol, so she shouldn't be here. Was the piss drink? A partially empty glass of clear liquid for the water. And that's a partially empty glass of yellow liquid. So this had to be... Would she be eating meat? Then she's not supposed to have alcohol. So this would be the one she's supposed to be at. But the only thing drinkable is for the water. So unless the water was the poison, I guess we're going to have to say that that was the most likely one that's her. So that's actually Rose Cuthbert. Alright, well, so that's Rose Cubert. So that means this is going to be Mary Richards. Wherever the hell that was. Where did her name go? There it is, Mary Richards, because she would be eating lettuce with just some lemon water. Rose Cubert would be sitting here with her tonic, and that unless Rose Cubert drank her tonic before eating anyway and just said, "Fuck it, I'm still gonna have wine." Which means this. He asked what's his name to seat Mary next to him. So either this is Peter. Either this is Peter Batley. Or this is Peter Batley, which is why he didn't drink the tonic, because he knew it was poisoned. Maybe. Which means that this would be Lothar Richards. Okay. 2 or fewer. Yeah, I got 2 Rose Cuberts. So if I say... I'm going to say that this is Edmund Cloudsley. Yes, okay. Rose is having alcohol, which she shouldn't be having. But she did drink her tonic first, so that's her. Okay.
Okay, so that's everything but the entire puzzle solved.
Which is blank blank wanted blank blank dead. Therefore, blank blank poisoned the blank and hid the necessary key in a blank. Necessary key? At the dinner party, blank blank and just the... Okay, so we know who died. I keep forgetting their names. It's Rose Cubert. Rose Cubert died. Blank blank poison and hid the necessary key in a... So is this little Pip poisoned the tonic and hid the necessary key in a pocket tonic salad lemonade water in a bag. Blank blank wanted blank dead. Peter Baddeley wanted Edmund Cloudsley? No. I don't think he wanted Rose Cubert to die. And it might not be Peter Baddeley. Or this could also just be... But Little Pip is in that little room. So Little Pip is the one who poisoned the tonic, and then he hid the key. Peter Baddeley wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. Let's see. Well, Edmund, you seem pretty pleased that the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends. Oh, is it George Bridges? Okay. George Bridges wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. That's his name, right? Edmund Cloudsley, yeah. Edmund Cloudsley dead. Therefore, Little Pip poisoned the tonic and hid the necessary key in a bag. So there's a lot wrong. Otherwise, it would tell me that 2 or less. We know Rose Cubert is correct. Once more, this is the last one you receive. Your transgressions against us this demands. The only course of action for you is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance, prepare serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. Unless it's... I don't think it's... Final Vanguard when Edmund Cloudsley dead? It poisoned the tonic. No, I guess maybe it's not the tonic. So the necessary key is... It looks like he would need to, if he poisoned the tonic, he would need to get into here. But the necessary key is these things. And one of those are in little Pip's room. So that's what I'm thinking why it says the necessary keys. He hid them in a bag. Because there is nothing else here. Is there a mattress? Oh, wait. Oh, here's the letter. This is take the 4th. Has established it. No. Your target has ingested the love potion. Establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. Oh, that's right. Somebody was supposed to give somebody the love tonic. In most cases, the effects will be felt in 2 days depending on your own appearances. And this literally has a pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid partially empty. Necessary key and a mattress? Like it doesn't... Like I don't... Unless it's trying to say that somebody put the love tonic in. Because that would have been Peter Batley would have wanted to get Mary Richards. So... Wait, whose bed was the love tonic in? Lucia Smith has the love tonic. And that's her. And she's saying she doesn't need her smut anymore. I threw it out. I do not need such dirty literature anymore. So, was she trying to get... Okay, so let's say she was the one who did it then. So it's Lucia Smith. I keep losing these. Lucia Smith wanted to get someone to fall in love with her. So she, I mean, this unfortunately muddles this, so I don't think this is right. It being, oh, well, she tried to do a love potion and ended up killing somebody. Because if we look at the table, Rose Cubert, it would have been in the tonic unless she put it in the wine. Unless she put the love tonic in the meat? I don't think so. Well, the keys, here are the keys. You need a blue key to get into this over here. He has a blue key. So he can get to the tonic and to the alcohol. But while that key is blue, it's got like the handle on it. This has also got a handle, but it's not blue, but it doesn't match any of the other locks, unless it's supposed to be for this. Then there's these stone ones, which there's more up here. And okay, because even she's saying that Brian served everything as instructed. That's Brian. So, Brian is supposed to serve the food as he was told. However, he was given a note by Peter to have Mary Richards sit next to him. So, I don't... Maybe Rose and Mary swapped positions? Out of order? I'm thinking... So, I think Mary put the love tonic in because she wanted to look at someone. I wanted to get them married. Or... Who wanted to look? Somebody okay. I hear you are interested, dear uncle. So this is Peter saying his uncle. I hear you're interested in Lady Richards. I think you're too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me money. So originally, Mary was not supposed to sit next to Peter, but he said, hey, make her sit next to me. So somebody here was supposed to be poisoned instead? Or someone was supposed to be snuck the love potion instead. Like a dude was supposed to sit here. So maybe Edmund was supposed to sit here and Mary here, but that means Rose would have still been poisoned. So that can't be it. So did... I don't know. I'm getting confused. It's not this. See, the question says blank wanted someone dead. So, like, this... I'm not sure if this entire sentence is connected to the fact that somebody was poisoned and died, or that this is just saying that they wanted them dead. It says therefore. Poison the blank and hid the necessary key in the bag. I don't know. I guess maybe it's not... Roast? Did she even eat the roast? A partially eaten piece of roast. Partially empty glass of cloudy liquid. Partially empty glass of red. Okay, but she drank from fucking everything. Unless she's only... Is she dead? Is it saying she's blotched because she drank the wine? Because she wasn't supposed to be drinking wine. So... somebody poisoned the wine. 3 tables here had wine. Did they want Lothar Richards dead? Or do they want Mary dead? Mary's supposed to sit here and Rose was supposed to be up here, but then he said swap them? Or did Rose end up at a... even though she wasn't supposed to drink alcohol, she was supposed to sit here, where there was just water and tonic. Then why would they have been served different food? Oh man, I don't know. I might actually have to hit one of the hints up. Okay. Let's see. Getting stuck and working through to find a solution is at the heart of this game. Hints can help you figure out the solution without revealing it outright. If the hints are not enough for you to reveal the mistakes in the phrases you have selected, check for mistakes. Maybe it's not supposed to be Edmund Cloudsley? Is it supposed to be... Lothar Richards? After the old boy passed away from the spot, Fred House Lords, take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. I mean, it literally could just be... my original guess of George Bridges, but... this is my... Alright, I'm gonna access hints. Getting stuck and working through... Okay. Have you made a typo? Have you exhausted all the evidence? Have you re-examined your assumptions? I don't... Have you made a typo? Okay. It's definitely telling me to fuck off and not use the hints. So I'm gonna try a little bit longer to not use a hint yet. Because here's the... Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. The fact that Rose Kubert is sitting at a table with wine. As I don't... Unless the game is really trying to mess with my mind, that somebody else is poisoned, and that Rose isn't dead. She just drank the wine and is having a stomach reaction to it because she drank something she wasn't supposed to drink. And somebody else here is poisoned and is going to die. Because Mary Richards is acting woozy, assumably because she saw someone die, unless this is trying to say that she's poisoned and she is going to be dying. The lady is not breathing, and her face is blotched. I am reading that as she is in fact dead. That's how I'm reading that. She is in fact dead. Added by Rose Kubert ingested the poison and died. Unless this is wanting me to say something like... Final Vanguard poisoned the tonic. I think I'm going to have to look up a hint on this one. I'm not sure. Some of the wording, I'm not sure what it wants. Or like, Rose died, but she drank something she wasn't supposed to drink. Now, either it was because she drank that, because everybody else drank the wine too, right? Partially emptied red liquid. Partially emptied red liquid. eaten piece of roast, eaten piece of roast. Partially empty cloudy liquid. The only person who had cloudy liquid who didn't drink it was him. So okay. It feels like Rose was supposed to sit here and Edmund was supposed to sit here, and they were swapped. He didn't drink the tonic. He only had water. She drank the tonic like she was supposed to and started eating. So it's definitely the tonic. I mean, of course druids love killing scorpions. Scorpions are the only thing you really need to kill. Old gods, I mean, remember, Stormbike, he's actually quite helpful. He's saying your heart is going to explode. It's just Dr. Cthulhu is just telling you have high blood pressure. You will betray your friends. He's just saying you better watch out. Something that you think you're doing is right is going to end up making your friends hurt. So he's warning you not to do that. It's good guy Cthulhu all the way down. So I guess the biggest issue I'm having with this mystery is whoever it was wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. They wanted him dead. There's multiple threats on his life that we have letters for. Edmund Cloudsley, you have once failed again. Last chance, so repentance, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you'll pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final Vanguard. You seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away. You dare not cross me, George Bridges. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Final Vanguard. Is it supposed to be George Bridges? Is that who wanted Edmund dead? Like, if I had only 2 or less wrong, it would tell me. So I have more than 2 wrong. Dark Hand is... no, not that. Who was Dark Hand on? Here you go. Versus Striped Dark Hand. It's the name of a villain in a kid's book. I also have a thing up here that says, remember to take the 4th one from every row. And that is Ada Baker's. And Ada Baker is her. Take the 4th one. Okay, here we go. This substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. So it's Ada. Ada. I know Baker's here. Okay, here we go. Got it. Dark Hand is... Unless this is supposed to be Monkey Man Dark Hand? No. This is the only one that's incorrect. Dark Hand Stewart. Ah, okay. There we go. Got it. I forgot. I was looking to see what the fourth one in every row was from, and I completely forgot that she had a letter in her own goddamn bag as I passed everything else over. Ada Baker received in-code instructions from Dark Hand Stewart to poison Edmund Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely in the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the medicine cabinet key. She used a syringe to poison a sealed peptonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. Chapter 2, The Cursed Inheritance. The explosive events in the forest cabin. Alright, before I start reviewing this next one, I'm going to get a drink because I need to refresh, I need to wet my whistle a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Time for the next one. Brickham Workhouse is written on the cart. Henchman for hire, the Timberbrook region. Billy Cracker, Oakwood Gang Brawler Robber. Hardy Abe, Brickham Workhouse Brawler has a cart. Little Billy, Hobbs Gang Burglar enters through chimneys. And Jack Nails, Timberbrook Inn Burglar Pickpocket. So Hardy Abe is the owner of this cart, assumably. A box of confectionery and hats. Images of hats. Nothing else out here. Okay, so that's Little Pip. That's Ada Baker again. Oh, it's the, okay. The man is breathing but appears to have lost consciousness. This is the guy from the... We don't have the words for his name yet. Okay, yeah. But he is from another one from before. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it too decayed. The more recently it has died, the better. EC. One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to remove the corpse if you send me directions. Be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. Key, money, and a loaded pistol. A scarecrow in a wooden coffin. So, is this saying that somebody who is supposed to have been dead is not dead, and they dug up somebody, or, oh, they were probably putting the fake body in the coffin while they were transporting the real body somewhere, and someone knocked them on the back of the head. There are empty slots in the golden idol. Ah, but the gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. The infamous gentleman robber, Walter Nee, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach on the southern road leading out of Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables, kissed the young lady, and left. This is already the 5th robbery by the infamous gentleman, who, as is his. Who as is his? Who as his custom appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat with the latest city style. The reward for catching Walter Nee has been increased to £100. Thank you. I do not count it as ASMR, but if you want to, do not mind me. Cozy yourself to sleep as I speak into your ear, as I read all the clues. Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. Mr. David Gorin, you are in charge of all security and arms. Miss Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it is presented to me. Little Pip, you're in charge of Black Bestia, the Golden Doubloon. Both must be fed daily. Oh, and Golden Doubloon, both which must be fed daily. Edmund Cloudsley. Alright, so now we have her. That's Lucia Smith.
Go, coin, go.
That's Little Pip. It's a big one. Alright. Okay, so that is Golden Doubloon. And then we have a sword, a ring with a ruby, it's back again, a wrapped piece of confectionery, and a loaded pistol. Assumably, considering how he is dressed, I assume he is Walter Nee. However, if we go back to here, enters through chimneys, Billy Cracker, Oakwood, gang robber, Jack Nelson Brook, in burglar, lockpick, Hardy Abe, workhouse brawler, has a car. Okay, so something smacked him on the back of his head and made him slump down over that coffin. And something inside this is exploding when they try to get inside. Okay. That is a destroyed lock. So they smashed the door open to get inside. They didn't lockpick in, they smashed it open. Yep, it is definitely a broken door. The clue has been added to the thinking panel. A club. Nails on the back of his hand. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday in the Timberbrook Inn, and bring all your tools. You get your share as we agreed. WK. Saw, lockpicks, loaded pistol. So he's the one who's supposed to be the lockpick, which assumably his name is the Johnny Nails, right? Jack Nails, yeah. So that is Jack Nails. And if it wasn't any more obvious, they literally put a thing of nails on the back of his hand. I mean, come on. It's a tomato and a pepper, a rotten apple and a green apple. A shard of vase. The golden idol. A small weight is tied to the pull-down lever at the back of the idol. Now we know a certain combination on the idol literally causes spontaneous combustion of whoever it's pointing at. So there's a 16, either that's just a number on it or that's like an ounce weight or something like that that's pulling it down. And that is somebody in a trunk. Okay, so they set that up as a bomb. Vacuum. This simply did not work after I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol. Both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Vacuum V2. Attempted with this input and it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously, still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. However, a great deal of seawater, click gold, would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship in an open sea. First step, get gold by aiming at the target. Second step, aim at an empty vessel to retrieve it. Effect, unknown effect 14. If the implications of this are that what I surmise, this could be a tremendous discovery. The next step is to progress from fruit to make more advanced organic matter. I must ask David to fetch me a dead body for further experiments. This is vitally urgent. Spontaneous combustion. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed a freezing beforehand. Interesting. The speed at which the heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strongly I press the trigger and how long I have performed J, or upside down J, before it. Freezing. Observation. Freezing the target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water in a sealed bottle. It exploded and the glass shards flew everywhere. Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target. You can see. Red. If it is red, it is ready for J input, upside down J input, and it will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform .J input, and it will turn red afterwards. Okay, so my assumption is it absorbs something, stores it inside, and then the other action is it then takes whatever it stored and puts it away. That's why you need to do freezing first. It sucks the heat out of something, and then when you put it back in, you're putting that heat you took out of something into something else, which is why it's spontaneously combusting. So if it is, let's see, okay. The speed at which heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strong I press the trigger and how long I have performed .J. So .J is the absorption. Which will then make it turn red. And then after it gets rid of what is inside, that is in the J setting. Which is why this is in the J setting, so it's releasing. And it's blue, so it is now empty. It has released whatever was stored inside it. And that's what's causing this to explode. Now, that might just mean that there's... Let's say it's that symbol. Here we go. It's vacuum 2. Attempted with this input and it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. I love how he's just like in the corner smirking. A loaded pistol. Okay. So that's Jack Nails. That's Walter Nee. He's got a club. It's not Little Billy. Billy Cracker or Hardy Abe? Considering there's the cart here, I'm going to assume it's Hardy Abe. And he we knew before. Edmund Cloudsley. He's Edmund Cloudsley. And we knew his name before, and now I don't remember what the fuck his name was. Oh, wait. He said... He told what's his name to get a corpse. I must ask David. Yeah. Okay. David Gorin. So either his last name is wrong... or this isn't Hardy Abe. Could be Billy Cracker. No. Okay, that is Hardy Abe. So something here is... Oh! Why is his name Edmund Cracker? Okay. It's just... Yeah, when I went to Edmund, I clicked Edmund here, and then it swapped back to tab 1, and I clicked Cracker, because that's where Cloudsley was. And it was still a C. That's why the last name is wrong. Okay. It just swapped screens on me, and I didn't pay attention when it swapped screens. There are empty slots. This is release. But those words aren't there. Because I guess this is increase. Or no, or that's decreased and that's increase. Because this sucks it in, this expels it. Decreased and increased, I guess. Okay, yeah. So the dot is decreased. That's how it wants me to put it. Okay. That's gold. That's heat. That's air. Oops. And that's cold. Did I not? Or is it supposed to be explode? Two or fewer. Okay. It exploded. And I don't have one for freezing. And heat is that. No, something I'm doing is wrong. Maybe air and heat are reversed? No. Okay. No. Wait, it's still saying two or fewer. But I just mixed up a whole bunch. So okay, then what's incorrect about this? There can't be too many things that are incorrect. I just moved three things around and it still said it's two or fewer. So what the hell could it be then? How would I be able to move these two around and it still be the same? Huh. Okay. So that's correct with heat then? No? What the fuck is wrong then? Yeah, this doesn't seem correct. I shouldn't be able to mix this many up with it only telling me two or fewer slots are incorrect. No, okay, so it's... Yeah, double square is air. So, one of these must not be what I think it is. This was the combination back when spontaneous combustion was happening. It was... Oh, it's just matter. Okay. Yeah. Increase. This is how you intake it. That's how you decrease it. Or, no, this is how you decrease what's you're aiming at. And this increases how much that you're pointing at. That's gold, that's air, that's just matter. I don't know why that's a thing for just matter. And that's heat. Okay, that's that. Blank blank needed a blank. Or name needed an item. Name, along with accomplices, delivered an item. Upon entering name, suddenly verb name. Meanwhile, name verb the amount of item in a sealed item. When name and name entered the room, the item verbed and killed them both. Okay. The vase exploded and killed them both. When Hardy Abe and Jack Nails entered the room, the vase exploded and killed them. Meanwhile, Edmund Cloudsley increased the amount of air in a sealed vase. Blank needed a blank. Okay, suddenly clubbed. The guy who has the club is Hardy Abe. Hardy Abe suddenly clubbed David Gorin. Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. Walter Nee. Walter Nee, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. There we go. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Nee pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants, and Edmund locked himself in his study. With the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap with the idol and killed 2 of the intruders. Let's see, do I even have any? Looks like I am slowly getting some.
happened afterwards?
I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master, Lord Edmund Cloudsley, got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died, bless his soul.
Okay. This is getting even weirder.
Alright. It's about to hit. It's about to hit 10. Is this a good place to stop? Let's see. Golden. The Case of the Golden Idol. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so 3, 3, 3. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this is technically a decent spot to stop because I can probably get this entire thing finished next stream. But apparently VC for sure doesn't want me to stop anyway. So I guess I can go a little bit longer. Might throw tomorrow's stream off a little bit in timing, but I guess I could go into some of the other mysteries that are here. I don't know if I, like I said, if I stop now, this will probably be perfect to do. I do 6 more chapters and the epilogue. So I think I am gonna end the stream here at the normal time. That way I can tomorrow come back at the normal time, finish this off, do the next 7 chapters, finish everything off, and it'll be perfectly in line. And then Wednesday I will either do an early stream, probably finally do some early stream of Tainted Grail again, just to do a little bit of that. And then I don't know what I'm doing Thursday. I have no idea, so I don't know what my schedule will be like. Friday I know is busy as usual. This weekend is going to be busy again, so there's going to be lots of gaps. I'm not sure, so definitely finishing off this set of this story tomorrow. And then I will have to do maybe some Grail on Wednesday, and then we'll see what happens Thursday. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been a really neat little puzzle to do. The 5th one was definitely the hardest so far. The 6th one wasn't that hard to piece everything together. But this is really neat. The way that it gives you a bunch of clues and you figure out what's happening in the entire scene and purposely locking it down. This is a cool way of doing a puzzle game. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with more of this. And as you can see here, since there's multiple cases, I can always interpose this between other streams and just take like a 2-day break and just finish up other mysteries. This is really nice. I like this a lot. Anyway, see you all next time.